Click to go live, so that's gonna be your latency. Little test stop. I clicked the button. Dang it. I'm unable to create a highlight. Ah. Why did I click that? Okay. Mute myself. I'm echoing. Oh jeez. Okay. We'll get going. This is my what's going on right now phase, and then we'll be good, hopefully. Nope, not that. Give me one more sec. Gonna need like a couple more secs just to get this going. Just trying to send it out to you guys. Okay. You'd think I'd be more prepared, as I have to spend less time, setting up my green screen and everything, but apparently not. Here we go. Okay, I think I'm good. Sorry, that took a little bit longer than I thought. Welcome. Yeah, okay. Again, we'll be using this VTube Derpy in a pumpkin. I got stuck in a pumpkin kind of thing. Oh boy. Okay, good start. Good start. All right, it's okay. How you guys doing? Hi, Sasha. Yeah, I know. Let's see if the momentum picks up in a bit. So, but anyway, I'll just ramble on, I guess, until stuff happens. Okay. Sorry, there's still more stuff I have to check up on. Okay. Yep, okay, cool. It's apparently Cookie is supposed to be here to moderate, but I don't see him. He hasn't, talked yet, so we'll see. It's okay. Alrighty. This should be a fun stream now. Hope you guys stick around to see how fun this can be. Oh boy. Yeah, I just need to collect my thoughts and just breathe, and then we'll get going. So, yeah, have another, hopefully it's chill stream again. Because these don't really get too, it's weird because the Bob Ross are the most hectic ones. So, yeah. Hopefully these other ones are good. Alright. I'm doing good. How are you guys doing? Yeah, you guys can't see when I'm looking at other things. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why Rock's inclusions please taste anything. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna go probably just kind of show what we got here so far. It's basically just this. So I'm gonna reuse my Pony Life puppet that we made like a month ago or so. I don't remember. Where maybe at the end I'll show the whole context because having to switch back and forth will be way too much time. But basically we had an idea from last Tuesday where we had some another one of those group discussion trying to think of a cool story, and that worked out pretty well. We were able to just reuse a story that we did where Twilight gets ding dong ditched by Rainbow Dash, and then so we're using that as a framing. So now we're gonna change it to be instead of Twilight opening door, it's gonna be Flutterbat. I'm gonna learn how to say that. Flutterbat is gonna answer the door, and then Rainbow Dash is gonna be scared by it, by herself, I guess. So, so that's gonna be the joke of that, and it's hopefully gonna be more funny than I just explained it. But yeah. Yeah, Cookie. I got so scared. Welcome. And yeah, please speak English in the chat, because now I don't even know what you said, Sasha, at the end of that sentence there. Let's see. Yeah, because I had to like search it up. Okay, you just read it. Where's everyone? I don't know. I think we're in a weird time when it's fall, definitely, for half top hemisphere, so it's becoming school time for half of my audience, I suppose. So if my main audience was only, you know, like the 10 people, half of them are probably now going to school. So, yeah. Let's see. I don't know too many Russian things. I'm studying more Japanese stuff, so I probably should expand my horizons a bit. You're right. You always end up a little late. Yeah, that's okay. It's if it was like at 40 minutes in, I'd be a little bit more miffed. But yeah, just like you were like 5 minutes late, which is enough that people are still filing in anyway. That it can kind of make or break it, you know. So it's a weird time at the beginning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. People are getting more busy during the fall when, especially like for undergrads or students. So, go do your homework if you're a student watching this. It's okay. But yeah, from Badone notification. I'm doing pre-calc. No, you're doing pre-calc. No. Oh boy. Yeah, we hope to have fun here. Yeah. So today, I'm gonna work on sitting up. I'm gonna work on making a puppet for making Flutterbat. So I got some references from Pony Life. Just get some general pictures of Fluttershy that I just already had for other references of pictures. They're all like weird color, but I can't change it when it's not a weird color. And then some Flutterbat designs. This one actually was just like on the Pony Wiki, and it's just like, oh, that's actually probably like the original like picture or like the turnaround puppets that they had. So that's pretty cool. That they spent no time in making sure that this was a special pose. It seems to be literally from the turnaround. So it'd be basically looking like if this was the basic form of the puppet, they would have just copy and pasted this onto onto a promo picture. So that's cool. Yeah. I feel about Fluttershy in Pony Life. She has a very different personality. I mean, all the ponies have fairly slightly adjacent personalities from their usual counterparts. I feel like Fluttershy, she and Twilight seem to have the most grounded kind of personality compared to like some of the other ones where they kind of just go off on their own tangent. Like Pinkie Pie's story arc is interesting, but I don't know if it's enough for... I've only watched about like 10 to 20 episodes, depending on how you look at it, so yeah. I haven't watched the entire first season yet. I kind of stopped midway through, so, but yeah. Let me just see what I need to do first here. I guess I can get the colors to look right. We can change that, or I can destroy your skull. There you go. I think they're good. But yeah, it's hard to know exactly if it's good or not with what I'm trying to say with words that are not coming out. What do I want to do? It's been a while. I haven't done this in a while. Let's see. Let's relearn. I want to change this color spectrum into a different one. Would I want to make a new one or recolor this? I feel like I should make a new one just to be extra, make sure. So let's see. This will be Flutterbat, if I can spell as well. I think they're good. It's not like they're like, whoa, it's a crime against their character arc or whatever. It's like, or their personality is what you're saying. I just feel like it's different, which is probably just as good. Because if Pony Life was just like exactly the same, like let's imagine that if it was 1-to-1 with the characters, would it be as interesting, or would it be, feel like just a weird spin-off? Which is probably what you want it to be, to be 1-to-1, but I think there does need to be some change. I made this. I have a script for one of these. It's probably this one. Yay, okay. Man, it's been a couple weeks. Okay, Yeah, it'd be pointless to have it to be exactly the same. I'm gonna change this to be the source, and Flutterby's gonna be my destination. And so now I'm gonna create a remapping. Or maybe I should discard changes. I have to select all the layers first. That's right. Let's go all the way down here. Select the layers. Create remapping color. Apply to selected layers. There you go. Okay. We got there. Okay. So I just gotta figure out what colors these are. So that's black already. Let's see, that's gonna be red. Usually just kind of just change colors until something happens, like, whoa, that changed. And then that's supposed to be black, actually. That's the outline. Are the outlines are black. Okay. And then that's the body color. So we can change it to be, oop. Wants to be that color. Okay, we're doing good. We're getting there. That's the ear bit, which is this color. Bop. That's good. Okay, this next one. Let's see. That's true. I've seen bonus episodes. That'd be fun. What are you? What are you? I don't know. It's probably the mouth. Oh, now we got pupil. That's probably this color. That's supposed to be white. Okay, and that's supposed to be this color. Let's see. What's after eyes? Weird cheek thing. Which we'll have to just figure that out. That's the sparkles. So let's make it this color and then like a little lighter. And so that's gonna be this color again, but darker. That's this bit, which I think I have a different. Can I switch this to be this color? Okay, and then this. It's gonna be the eyelash brow color. I don't know what this is then. Let's make it not that exact same color. That's for the hair outline, which will be black. That's hair. So we'll have it be hair color, hair color base. I don't know what this is. And probably all these are not needed. Okay. Like, can't I just delete some of these? Okay, cool. That's halfway there. I think there's a horn back there. Let's see. Okay. Hair, neck, cutter. Horn. Delete. Don't need a horn. There you go. Okay. Yeah, if, like, it was somehow with Pony Life, if they were... Okay, I forgot to do the mouth bits. Let's do that. And the Pony Life episodes were somehow like a addendum or something. That'd be fun. But I think it does work slightly more better. It would be its own identity. Because that's probably what they want as well with Hasbro. Wants it to feel more its own thing. That it works just fine for that. Let's get one where there's maybe a mouth. Or not. Maybe I need another one. I don't have a tongue color. Or do I? I have it in the other palette. Haha. Deep back mouth. Let's see, here's back mouth and tongue. Go here. Here's, wait, how does this work? I want it to be, oh, don't change that. Get that back in. Go back to this one. And this one will be this color. And you, yes, you will be you. Haha. Okay. Okay. So it seems like some of these are a little bit off. Especially this wing that I'm seeing. So I have to change this default back to black. I should just fix that. Okay. now we just gotta change things up to make it now actually Fluttershy related stuff. Okay, cool. We're getting there. If you want to see the mess of this, up here is just the eyeballs as one big box, and then all the other head bits. So that's what that is. Okay, so now we got that. That was the easy part. Let's see. What do I want to do? What should we do first? Because basically, with what we just really need is only the head, and then we might change the body shape, and then we might not need the tail, but we got everything else, you know, drawn. That's the whole point of this, is that we have everything else drawn. That makes it way easier to just have this going. So I guess we could just work on drawing the hair as we need it. So here we go. Let's find out where it lives. It's apparently on the overlay layer, but we can just delete it. As long as we're still inside, we should be able to find it, and especially if I can find it right there. Okay. So so I'm seeing that her hair has these little bumps, or these little flower shapes, or something you want to call them. Oval bits, plus black outlines, and then that. We want to change it to be more raggedy, as in this and this. This one works best because I can see everything. We'll have to change your ear as well. Okay, so let's see. It is basically her hair, but then it's just like yeah, just like cut it up, or like make more zigzags instead of because what I'm seeing here is that it has, because I think in the original it just had like a whoop as one line curved down, but this has like a chirp. So we'll just have to work with that, I guess. Let's move you over here so I can have you a little closer. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on, so I have to like split this up into little bits and pieces. You're right. The hair will have to be, or the cutie marks will have to change as well. Which I don't even have a cutie mark in here already drawn anyway. So yeah, there's a lot of little bits. Okay. You're right. As well as the eyelashes, and it's a lot. So, okay. But here we go. Let's get going on this then. What do I need? Right, let's give her hair. That'll be first agenda. Let's choose this. Let's choose this. Should I just go ahead with this, or should I try to make it perfect with my vector version, you know? I could try it, and if it doesn't work, then I can then kind of figure it out. But I want this line to be the same sort of thickness. Maybe slightly 35. Pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. I'm gonna move, actually, Fluttershy to the other side. Right around there. What I could do is that I could duplicate it, or not duplicate it. I'm not selecting it. Why am I not selecting it? Duplicate. Now drawing is available in current selection. I literally just clicked it though. I want to duplicate it. Ow. What's going on? It doesn't think I'm on it. That's a new bug. Well, I was gonna try and... Actually, I can't select it at all. Where's there a drop down? Oh, it has invisibility. Sorry. Okay. You'd think I'd be good at this by now, but apparently not. There's way too much still stuff to learn with this program. Okay, I'm ready. Ow. Let's see. Okay, so we just gotta draw it basically from... Let's get something and maybe I can like... Yeah, let's get a sketch first and then I can make it nicer later. Okay, because then I feel like I can do whatever I want, like multiple bips here. Let's see. Cookie, how could you? What does that mean though? What's that relating to? What did I say? Oh jeez. I would like to see both at the same time, like the Point of Life and this version, because I know these are a little bit different. I just need to make this to be like one bit here and then. Oh, not knowing my stuff? Oh man. Give me a break. I just got this program like 5 months ago. You think I know all that? Oh boy. So I got this, and then I can just make the womps in there as a shadow. So that'll be one part, and then I'll have the second part be behind it. That might work. So what I could do is probably just make, yeah, that's hair top, but I need hair neck as well as a hair that goes behind. I think we did that with Twilight. Where we did. So we need hair top behind. I'm thinking about this in like in Flash where you just have different bits. But what I could do is, that makes more sense. Or what I could do is have the one element have different layers and then just say, hey layer, go behind. That makes more sense. Okay, let's just do this. So this goes behind there. Add a peg. And you're gonna go actually to the multi-out because it needs to be behind, but I could put it on the Z layer. Yeah, let's put it up here and then just put it in Z depth. And let's see. It's been a while. Let's see. Let's put boop there. And so now it should be able to now draw something, and it should still, it's behind the skull, so that kind of works. Alrighty, cool. Whew. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I should show my web here of everything. This is actually only a head. Here's also the body, which is actually more, there's less stuff, but it's still stuff weird in the middle. Weird as a color scale to get things darker. But yeah, the head is more complex. At least the eyes are just this entire box. Yeah. I'll try not to fire you. Yeah. I'll do my best. Yeah. I'm gonna just stay away from Toon Boom. It's I don't know. I definitely don't know it enough to like do it as fluently or as fast as say Flash, which I was using since like 2013. Literally, I think it was May or something, May or June this year. I tried like the trial for Toon Boom, and so like it sort of works. That's pretty cool. And yeah, it's more just like so I can get it for my contract job to get that to work. So I could actually do some work with that. So I kind of told you about how like Toon with. I'm gonna delete this. This is too thick. I told you that Midnight Mares was gonna be more tricky if I stayed with Flash, because the original assets and animation was made in Harmony. So if I wanted to work on that project, I had to get the program. I had to get with the program, you know. So that's kind of comes up with. I think I want to change it to be more, so it kind of just flows up on itself, and then it becomes a point there, and then something like that, and then it can have more sparks like that. It's going to be a little bit different from this exact version, so I'm trying to also figure out where in this I want to change certain things. Pretty much on the fly as well. So that's where it gets tricky. I'll leave it at that as a sketch. Go on to here, find it. There you are. Let's find it here and delete it. And then now I can go to my sketch and just say like, oh look, it's working. Layers are working. That's pretty cool. Okay. So yeah. If you're intimidated by way too many buttons and options and weird things that are a little bit different from maybe how you're used to, then yeah, I would definitely say at least if you're super novice where like you get interested from like flip notes or certain programs like that, you would be a little bit out of your element trying to switch to something as weird as Harmony does things. So yeah, not to say it's bad, it's just like it's different. Yeah. Let's see. We consider making a version of Derpy with her wearing your comfy bathrobe. Oh, I love my comfy bathrobe. I'm actually wearing it. Can you see through my cam? Okay, I'm making sure. You can't see my direct feed, is it? Today I'm wearing my very comfy green Zelda hoodie. No, bathrobe. I'm sure I can find Zelda bathrobe. Yeah, it's this one. Oh yeah, it even has a hat. I forgot about that. Look at this supermodel guy like, heh. That's what I'm wearing every day. Is this man's hoodie? Nope. Bathrobe. So yeah, it's got like the shield on the back. It's actually like embroidered or like stitched on. So it's like real cool. I don't think I have this side stash, whatever, like the arrow quiver thing. I don't have that, but everything else, yeah. The hood here is exactly the same. Yeah, so I'm wearing this. I'm wearing pants, so it's okay. But everything's right except this weird diagonal thing. Yeah. Anyway, let's try our horse. How we doing? I think we're good. That's looking pretty good. Let me switch back to reference just to see what. Nope. What does horse look like with? Because it's got to combine the two versions basically. So I'm just making double sure that all this can work. Because I'm thinking about different things of that. The Ponylife version of this, I stated a line here, so I probably want to replicate that in this as well, or at least make this a little thicker so that I can add more into it, maybe. Let's see. Yeah. I got it for Christmas, so I was like, I love it. I never took it off. It's really great. Let's see. Yeah, for this I can have it be something like that, maybe. That can work. Okay. Now it's just got a weird cheek thing. Weird cheek thing is... There you go. Okay, so we don't want it to be red. We want it to be closer to this, but then just a little bit lighter. Maybe around there. Does that seem weird? What does that look like? It's actually darker, of course. How can I not see that? Okay. There you go. Okay. And it's only, this here only exists for one frame. Let's see why, because that's why. Bop. Okay, cool. Let's see. Does this go up high enough? Probably not. Before I super sketch it out. Or before I commit to it, I should say. That's what I want to say. Let's get the tail in, or at least just delete it. Body. Let's see where tail be. Tails here. Yeah, that we don't really need to worry about this too much, but at least we can have it. Let's get rid of it. So let's see what. Yeah, it's basically the same, but they just kind of change it. That's, yep, that's how that works. That's how you alter things, so you kind of just keep it the same, but a little bit different. Let's give it to be the same color. So apparently it just kind of drags on the floor when she was flying. It has this shape. It keeps its shape in like form, even though it's like supposed to like fall down, or you know, this is like this little bottom bit is supposed to be a little bit different. Apparently that was not an issue. Because I got through every stage of cleanup and figuring out animation bits. Wonder how long all these like, because they never really just say like, oh, like in animation studios never really say like, oh, I had to do cleanup and revisions like 4 times, you know, or it took this long to revise this scene. Never really say that long. They really reveal like, oh yeah, because with the Midnightmares is like we're basically just making like a movie on our own. And we went through like one whole like storyboard treatment basically of the whole thing, and then we had to sit down to say like, yeah, let's kind of revise things. Yeah, you never get it right the first time, so that's you just gotta realize that, and then you know what to do from there. Make sure you get your meetings to be like word for word of what you really want, and then be really careful not to mess it up in a way that would require another pass to make it better. So what I could do, I don't know if this would be quicker or not. Yeah, I'll use, let's see, actually let's delete that. That doesn't exist anymore. Okay, let's get this, let's cut it to the underline layer, and then I'll go to the line art, but I can still see everything. Now I'm gonna work on the line art. Let's see. It takes several times. Oh man. I even said to like the crew, like, hey, you know, if we get this right, you know, with our second treatment, maybe we don't have to do it again. You know, wouldn't that be pretty epic? If we don't have to do like another round of storyboards and fixing things up. You know, so yeah. Why must you do this? Why have you done this? What's going on? Why would you? Why? Let's just get rid of this and I'll just switch to this pen style, I guess. Okay. Whatever. It just switched. I manually typed it in to be a 10-point thickness. And then it was like, hey, I want to make a new line. And it defaulted back to like a different version. And it's just like, a thinner line. And I had no say in that. So yeah, we're trying to do a second pass at our storyboards for Midnightmares. And I'm working on animatics to get that to look more easier to understand, at least to get everything to feel like more like an actual movie, you know. Because with animatics, I could just put the storyboards together and say, hey, does this actual timing actually make sense? Is this scene maybe, I don't know, too long? So it's basically just editing the movie. That's what storyboards are, is just like editing the movie before you film it, basically. That's why a lot of directors use it. Pretty much everyone is like, it's a standard at this point. I don't know when it first came about, or what was the first movie to be storyboarded or planned out in a way that was like traditional. How we do it, standardize it now. Because storyboards definitely got way more elaborate over time. That there's like whole production companies that can just make animatics at this point. That's all they do, you know, is just make animatics for movies. That'd be so weird. Get some blops in there. Okay, so we need this to be, excuse me. Let's find out where the hair is. I don't think I have hair color. Let's add 2 more colors. Boop boop. Okay. Where did my reference go? Not that one. I want this one. Uh-oh, I'm using strokes. So I could probably just have it be Fluttershy colors, like exactly, and then unsaturize it. That might make more sense. Yeah, let's see. Am I doing on time? Pretty good. I just have to draw this and then we'll be good. Let's see. Storyboard is definitely harder than it seems. You're currently working on one of the last couple days. Exactly. Even for like my Derpy movie, which I had like the script in mind. You know, I wrote the script first and then plan it out, you know, make that all good, and then storyboarded it. It still took like half a week to just board the 10 minutes worth of stuff. Because it's like you still have to like consider a lot of things as you go, you know. It's not like, oh, I'll just, you know, figure it out as I go, or decide from a little bit later on, like, then funny thing happens here, you know. It's like, you don't really get that luxury once you're, like, knee-deep in storyboards. It's like, you gotta, like, at least have an idea that can, make that work somehow, you know. You can't just leave too many unknowns. You can leave unknowns to a certain point, I would say. You know, you can't, like, have the entire scene be like, and then action scene happens here, you know. It becomes extremely difficult for the director to look at that and say like, oh, yep, I see that you didn't draw anything here, but I'll have to approve it? Or like, no, that doesn't work. You need to draw something. So, yeah. Because like as you go, it's like you have to like, storyboard is like so tricky because you have to like, one, become like pretty much a director, and then two, like also determine like a whole bunch of different factors of like reading the script, understanding it, and trying to get the line weight to be a little bit thicker. That's what that like Disney AI proposal was about, where it's like, hey, can we have like a robot read the script and interpret it, so then it can become easier for artists or whatever to then use that as the next step, to then go, okay, you wrote, okay, you did good, robot, where you chose these, I bet you do, where you chose different, you visualized it somehow or made a version of it that we can understand now. Thanks, robot. Or like AI to understand it, in a sense that when the script says, you know, whatever our stories is, it was like, horse opens the door, and then the door opens. It's like, well, we could have just a robot understand it, and then draw a picture, and then that be it, I guess. You know, it's like, at what point are you supposed to say like, well, our work here is done, boys. We had the robot like read our script and we figured it out. Let's go home, you know. We'll film tomorrow, you know, exactly what this picture is. Or do you have an artist like look through it and say like, compositionally with the robot without a setup, the picture doesn't make sense, or maybe continuity errors with it. It's like, at what point do you have to step back and say like, yeah, we actually do need to have at least some quality control to just make sure that everything's actually looking, you know, at least follows some standard of quality. So, I don't know, Disney, you know, I showed that article where Disney just had this AI that could like read scripts and then make a 3D picture out of it, which is basically just using those assets that, you know, like a Unity type of free asset store kind of a thing. Probably should use this button. There you go. Because a lot of these are not connecting. I'll have to go back. Yeah, none of these are connecting. Uh-oh. Probably go back to them. But it'll get fit. Those will work. Yeah. It just sounds like a bad idea. At least at this point, where you're not really allowing yourself to reinterpret it in a way that a person like a storyboarder who would have, you know, the dedication to look through it and figure it out and be artistic with it as well. So if you just let this robot who can redo it and make up a Go Animate style picture, it's like that generates it to a point, you know, where it can works to that point, but after that it's like, are you supposed to just, you know, if they did that with like next movie, you know, what would it look like, you know? Are we just supposed to let, you know, like we don't really need directors anymore, because that's what storyboarders basically are at this point. It becomes less you know, determined, or like extremely like the directors aren't as involved with every bit of composition anymore, I would think. They definitely are, but it's like, yeah, compared to like 100 years ago, it seemed like the directors were, you know, for the first movies, it seemed like the directors would always figure out everything and plan things out themselves, rather than having a team of artists who can just look at it and go, okay, I see what you're going for, and we can try and make that, but yeah, how are we gonna make this limo explode? It's like, I don't know. You know, kind of things. It's just kind of leave it to someone else. That's what I'm thinking. I'm sure I could be completely wrong about any of this, because I'm totally not familiar with, you know, in the room to understand how it works. But I feel like that seems to be like, if that's the direction, like at least, you know, a major movie company like Disney is foregoing, or like thinking about and reaching to make those kind of decisions, it just seems like, yeah, that's probably what they're probably trying to get closer to. So yeah, I don't know. Probably take some bit of the magic out, but probably not as much as you think. But probably actually a lot. I don't know. I wish that this were connected. Ah, there's so many little bits. Ah. Please, I want to delete you. Beep. Okay. I want this. Oh, maybe I could just do this. Haha. Whoop. That's working. That's what I want, I think. Maybe. What do I want? I want this to be this color. Yep. So now it goes back and forth. Yay. Okay. That's good. Oh. Magic is the last thing in Disney mind. They like a different 5-letter word beginning with M. Mommy. Oh, money. I got it. Why did that take me so long? Ah, jeez. Okay. Yeah, it's way too long. I was like, let me just think of like any other word. It's hard to get like 5-letter words out of that. Oh boy. Thanks. Definitely, yeah. It's a shame. Like, yeah, with all that. I mean, there's no hiding it with anything like that. Oh, there's my stuff. There you are. I was wondering where my buttons were. It's gone. Where did they go? I want to make these lines thinner. Oh, jeez. Let's make it like 15. Let's make it 10. Let's make it 12. Let's boost it up a little bit. And kind of. There you go. There you go. Okay. And I see it. Okay. Cool. And I'm sure I could like fix it off screen. So yeah, you should just get this going good. Oh boy. Man, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to like think about it for a little bit. So I kind of ruined it for myself as well. Oh boy. Anyway, I think we're good here. That little bit there. Probably want to move this bit. Whoa! Oh, I got no new skin on. Things are happening. Let's kind of boost everything over. Let's make it a little bit wider. There you go. Okay, that's gooder. Man, that looks way good. And as well as I want to find the bip. Find the bip. There's the bip. Okay. And then I want properties. Boop boop. Z-axis. Negative 0.0001. And if we watch this little triangle, we'll see what happens. Nothing. We go back 1. Nothing. Go back 1. Nothing. Oh, it's working. Nope, 0.5. Why is it upside down? Oh. Oh. It's almost working. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh no. Oh, wrong button. Oh, it doesn't work. What? Well, now I'm just more confused than anything. Okay. Let's do the other tactic then. Where we unhook it, put it into multi-output. It's okay. We now have it here. And then I just put it behind the body. And there it is. And so now, if I click it, it should now be behind it. It works, but yeah. Sorry, might have clipped that. Clipped my ear. Anyway, now it's behind there. But it can still be part of the head. And if I move the entire headmaster, then I can all move. As well as the hair now goes behind things in different layers. Yay! Okay. Okay. How are we doing on time? We might not get all the way through if I spend the same amount of time on everything. Might have to go in through toast time to get everything going. But yeah. Okay, cool. Because basically we just need this and then that's basically it. Or we can change the ear and there's a lot more things to change actually. Yay! I'll have to clean it up off screen, but yeah. Should I change other things? That'd be more interesting. Because I can change I can draw the hair, which you probably can guess what it'll look like. I does speak. Let's change the ear for different to see. So let's change the ear. Let's put you here. And then I can draw the ear. And then I have you over here. I want to also make the bat wings. But I don't know if that'd be too important. Or if saying that if we need to see it as a thing, you know? What am I saying? Because I'm just thinking like she'll, in the actual cartoon that we're gonna make, she's not gonna be fully, full body. We'll just see her, again, just pretty much her head and then like her torso. So like I'm not sure if we'll see also her wing, but we definitely probably won't see her tail either. Yeah. They're very large, so they might have to be tucked in, maybe? Maybe we could just, like, have them be that size, but then, you know, I don't know. But yeah, they definitely need to be at least a little bit different. Hi. Okay, so I will modify this. Let's add a new... Whoa, okay. What's going on? Find the ear. It doesn't find the ear. What? What? Why is it color card? I'm clicking the ear. It's the ear, it's here. Well, I'm just more confused than anything. Where? Ear. Ear? Drawing substitutions. There you are. Oof. Duplicate it. I cannot connect it. Whatever. Okay. Let's redraw this. Now I can delete this drawing, but now I can have an onion skin. So I should be able to see it. Right? Or if I have it here, and then I have it here. Yeah, okay. Trying to show everything, but also so I can also see what's going on here. Okay. Okay. So let's get underline layer. Let's get weird color. Let's get brush. Okay. So your ear now has this curve out, and then these little bips here. I'm going to just simplify for that, and then just get the form of it. As well as now we can change this into be a little bit bigger, a little bit taller maybe. Okay, and then whatever these are here. Woo, and then these little lines. So that should work. Let's make it taller. Let's just go for it. Okay. Yeah, that could work. Okay. So what do we got? Let's get rid of that, and then let's go here with pen default, tool properties, and let's see how thick this line is. It might work. Probably want to change it to be 10 actually. Let's get a new one. Get that 10 one, and then let's get going on this. Okay. The problem is I didn't draw these bits, so I'll just have to make this up and then go boop. And then I don't need to close it if I add a stroke, which is a legitimate term. That's okay. That's what they're called in this program. Okay. And then it's gonna get them bunched up. Be friends. Okay. 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 And then we can expand this a little bit. Okay. Bop, 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 bop. And then we just hope that these are connecting. Yes. Oh boy. I'll try not to, yeah. Okay. My big MO is to not have a stroke on the screen. But I'll draw a whole bunch of them. 'Cause that's what we need. We need a whole bunch of different strokes here. There's a lot of like unfortunate graphic terms that I probably shouldn't parrot because they're not actually sound too good out of context. And I'm sure someone could like make a mashup of like all those where it's like, oh yeah, you did this, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't actually sound too good. It's a legitimate art term. So yeah. Oh boy, there's a lot of them. We've just had like a either dirty minor, just like how it come off. It's just like it's okay. They just don't sound good. Let's see. Let's add a stroke in between this fill. Alright. Legitimately just did airplane noise for that. Way to go. Okay. And now we need like a darker color. We could use this color. That might work. Or I could just duplicate it, just make sure that I don't overlap it. So I have this one. And then we just make it a little bit darker. There you go. Yep. Apparently got the... There you go. Okay, that's good. Now let's just clean everything up later. So, but for now, that's a bad ear. I hope. There. That kind of works. Might be too big. I don't know. It should probably feel pretty big, so you can definitely see it. Just boost it up a little bit. I feel like it goes behind the eyelash, which also needs to change. There's a lot of things to change. Oh boy. Oh, yeah, it changes. Just here. So you just move this back, boop, and that should go. Yum, 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 wow, woo, woo. Okay. What else would you want to see? I think the eyes are different, so we can change that. And then just get the overall colors to be a little bit different. Yes, let's see. The eyes are more reddish. Should just go for full reddish eyes. I don't know. What do we think? Should we keep it like this? Because it's canonically supposed to be more red orangey to get that going. I don't know. Yeah, they are pinky green. I'm wondering if we should actually do it or not. But yeah, what the heck? Let's do it. Let's find it. There you are. And then we'll just change this to be whatever that color is. That's gonna be tricky. So it's ready, and then kind of pretty reddish. Let's actually make it a gradient, which means that I can, you know, delete my colors that I had, but whatever. Boop, boop. Added too many houses. Ah, jeez. Oh, Jesus, hate it when you have too many houses. Okay. Let's make this the light one, and then we make this the dark one. So we can have a very much more strong contrast. We'll have to change the sprinkles. I think someone's printing, so that's that noise. Let's get this color, and then we'll just make it to be the same kind of red. That's probably this color. Let's make it slightly orange. Okay. And then we have to change this, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. If I can select it. There you are. For pupil, which should be black, but maybe it could just be somehow red. Ooh, yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah. That works pretty well around there. Yeah, that works. The reason why that's there is because, I don't know, this little bop there, which is not here, is a good question. I feel like that they're separate somehow. There you go. Somehow this like design here reminds me of like a Dragon Ball character. Where a Dragon Ball character has this like design, like as a breastplate or something, where it's like this kind of color with the design on there for the ear. Alright. Anything else would be just more cosmetic stuff of adding the hair bit, and that'll pretty much be it. And just cleaning anything up. Alrighty. Anything else we could add? The tooth. Let's see. Probably is that we have a billion of these, so we probably just need to choose a couple of them. And choose, like, I want maybe like a, you know, this one to have something, and then copy and paste it into everything else. It's basically just this. Then I just make sure that that's actually a little bit more flat and good and happy. And then we just use the same color, I think, as this. Because even if I use a different version of the white, if I had like, because like the sclare will be a different object colored than, or a different property than the tooth. So I just want to make sure that they're somehow exactly the same. Oh boy. Boop boop boop. Boop 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 boop. There you go. It's kind of hard to see. It's weird. Right, let's do... I should be able to delete this. Boop. Let's actually make a clone. Boop, 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 boop. How do you do that? Do you see clone on here? Tint editor. New palette, link, import, remove, rename, duplicate, clone. So we're gonna clone this, and we're gonna call it clone whatever. There you are. Okay. I know we're like her. I'm too quick. I'm too fast for you. Hey, Benson. How you doing? Let's see. That is your wash machine. Oh, okay. I'm a little bit slow. Let's see. What's up? I'm gonna duplicate. Yeah, that would be more obvious, but I didn't actually see it for some reason. I'm doing good. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna change this into a color panel. Can you see it? There's a tint panel. Well, there's a color editor and tint panel. Let's try tint panel. Yay. Okay. Let's get rid of seeing the letter bip. Boop. Okay. So I can just focus on this, and I'm gonna say, please make this bigger. I'm gonna select all. And now I'm going to offset, blend, mix, blend into a certain amount, preview. Does it preview? Not really. Oh, right, it needs to be, boop, there you go. Okay. Okay, so that just makes it darker. Offset by whatever I want. Let's make it, what do we need? We need it to be less saturated by a bit. Does this do it without? It needs to be like at least 10% maybe. Ooh, that kind of works. No, that's hue actually. Let's get that down. That's saturating. That's gonna make it to that. Let's make it down a bit. Here's V for vibrance, probably. We want it to be less, or just like less everything by a bit. I probably wanted to keep it blue. Would probably be good. Green can be a little bit less. Red can be pretty good. I can probably just keep adjusting it as I go. But now we got two versions where we have default normal day color, and if I need it to be slightly whooped, a little bit different, that'll be more for like a nighttime scene or something, which I probably will change the, now that I think about it, I can have the background for the cartoon also be the same kind of tinting. That'll be the fastest way, and then I can probably just adjust certain individual colors if I need to. But I should get us, 90% of the way there. Good art, thank you. Nearly done, but yeah, that's basically just only did today was just the extra bits of like the hair and the ear and colors. So I was done with the hair bit, but that's a pretty good start because all things considered, there's a lot more stuff to do. While I'm at it, I'll also have to change the eyelids as well. I know I'm almost on time. Actually, I'm past time. Actually, I didn't see that. But we'll need to change it to be there you go. B to be, what was I doing? Oh, just change your eye to be more similar to how she looks in Pony Life with this eye style. Instead of the 3 eyelids, 3 eyelashes, I just need the big one like that. So let's see. Basically just kind of choose one of these, I guess, and just kind of choose one to be dominant. Barely these still exist. I'm concerned about how that's happening. Oh yeah, that'll get us most of the way there. And then we'll just do the other one. Boop. Please find it. Are you still there? Let's see. Then I could probably just get it there, and then just kind of bubble these out. Then I can kind of even these out a little bit. There you go. Okay, and that'll do. Yeah. Woo. Now we can do all the different weird expressions you can do. Just gotta disable it. That. Get rid of that. Somehow Ari's gone. Why is that happening? Did I do both at the same time? Was I selecting both at the same time? That's a good question. Okay. Anyway. Let's get that. Boop. There you go. So now we got this. We'll have to get the blink to be correct and a lot more stuff, but that's a good start. I think I'll just probably just fix this on my own, so then next time we could just work on getting the rest of the cartoon going. But yeah, she's pretty good. She's pretty happy. So yeah, I think we're good for today. I'll go to toast time. Let's see. It's much faster now because I, just have to literally just switch the scene now. This is great. Nice. All right. This looks pretty good. Pretty happy with it. I'll definitely need to. There's so many little things that I'm such a weird, like, I need to fix, this one little pixel here. This needs to be a triangle, or at least to be like capped off to be a rectangle. So, just to do that real quick. I think I can just go to tool properties and then say cap, start as a flat, end as a flat. And so now it ends as a square. So I could just do that for the whole thing probably, and just say please start and end in flats. And that kind of fixes most of this. Boop, boop, boop. But I can have this actually become tapered? Tapered end. Then it probably just needs to just have it be a rectangle. The joins can probably just be... Why did it select that line? I didn't select you. Go away. Just want these ones. Why is it selecting all of that? I'm confused. Yeah, these ones, and then I just want it to be join miter? Does that work? Does join bevel? Does join round? Does end round? Does join miter? There you go, yeah. So, yeah, we'll have to figure out how to do some of these things of tapered out, and then have this one taper out as well. And then kind of choose the thickness of it to make sure that both of these work. Because sometimes it changes, how that works. So, it'd be a weird, like, fiddling thing to make sure that all these are exactly perfect. So I'll go back to where it's okay. So that's what I'll probably have to do for a lot of this, yeah. But yeah. Oh, that was probably really small for you. I forgot about that. But yeah. So once I get all that, I'll have to rename everything as well, because it's not a pony anymore. It's Floodbat for that. So yeah, there's a lot more stuff. A lot of stuff. So between now and Tuesday, I'll hope to get this done, at least in a usable state that probably won't make like everything. Like I might not exactly need the tail, but I can make the tail regardless. If we need to use it again, if we need to have Flutterbat in another cartoon for whatever reason, I feel like it's good to at least make everything. Like for example, if in one cartoon you have a new character and all you see is their arm for whatever reason, I feel like it's still good to like make the whole body anyway. Because if you need a second sequel to it, it's like you're already ahead of the game. Might waste some time, initially, but it'll actually save a lot more time in the long run. Because that's what I did today, where I already had the whole base, and you saw like how quick it was that I could just add the hair on and add the little bits, rather than starting from scratch and then going, okay, so I need this horse, and then let's see, I need this skull, I need the mouth, it's like, I just need this as a good base of just having a horse, and then just recolor the bips, and then add the hair on. So, definitely that's a very good advantage with these kind of vector, and, well, not exactly vector, but just like, these sort of animation programs that that deal good with puppets, I would say, is his big advantage is that you can just recolor them into multiple characters. Or I guess it's more for characters that work well, as a cast of characters that work well as basically they just kind of have the same body, and structure to them. Um, Obviously, if you're trying to do like a whole real cast of characters, you definitely want to start from scratch for each one. But if all of them have like a certain prop um, that are virtually the same, then like if whatever reason like all their socks would be exactly the same, then you can probably just copy and paste it for those certain circumstances. But yeah, with Pony, it's like it's weirdly really simple that it can just take the base horse body and head and then just add whatever you want onto it. So yeah, so I just got really good at just making bases and then adding stuff onto it to make different characters rather than starting from scratch every single time. So that's, I think, even with my horse, as you see here with Derpy, I didn't have to make her from scratch. I was able to reuse the same puppet that assets that I had, and then import them into Photoshop, and then bring them into Character Animator. So I didn't have to redraw any of this from scratch. I had to add more stuff onto it, like the pumpkin, but I didn't have to, make the entire horse from scratch once again just to add a pumpkin on top. So that's your little art tip today. But of course, if you're doing like traditional or digital art, we're just making a one-off, then it's a little bit different. But where you do literally have to pretty much. It's not like you can add one drawing onto another, right? Or at least maybe like with backgrounds, you can do that. Like for a comic or something, some series where you can reuse the same setting, then it'd be good to have reuse the same background. I don't know. Let's see. How are we doing? Cause no, that start was a little bit weird, and I kind of got off on that. Yeah, I'm checking other stuff. I think we're good. You saw my bathrobe. I still have that open. Oh, they got models doing this one. Wow. Oh, they even got a blue tunic. Oh, they got a Breath of the Wild one. Check this out. It's gonna be really small. Whoop. Yeah. Look at that one. It's got the Sheikah Slate on it, and it's blue. That's pretty cool. But yeah, all these other like model ones are like, yeah, real cool. Oh boy. Yeah, so I'm pretty comfy with mine. Yeah. The only problem with this, of course, is that I feel like it's slightly rude to be wearing a bathrobe while streaming. As well as big asterisk, it's that it's green, so it's horribly chroma keyed when trying to use my green screen. So yeah, it just doesn't work at all. So yeah. Sorry. Okay. With 2D you can reuse walk circles and stuff like that, especially with 3D, if that's what you meant. But also in 2D, yes. For animation, it's slightly easier to reuse cycles like that. Exactly. For animation, it seems like you can just make things once, and then it'll seem lazy, and especially depending on how you use it. I think it's more of the application of whether you modify it afterwards. That's more the trade-off of it. Where, yeah, you can reuse a walk cycle, but based on like the animator survival kit, there's apparently a million different ways to have someone walk. So if you reuse a recycle for every single character, it's gonna seem a little bit copy pasted, unless you do something about it that makes them seem like they have individual personality to it. And that goes with everything else as well. But walk cycles seem to be the most character defining kind of a trait thing, yeah. Animator would kind of use every trick in a book to save paper. Yeah. That they use like certain layers to like just have a body layer and then have a head layer, or even just like have an entire body and head and then just not have a mouth. and then have a separate paper or a separate cell of just the little flaps, which I think like most anime sort of do that too. So I don't know. At least with anime, you only have like 3 frames of individual like mouth shapes. So they could have done something like that. I mean, the Hanna-Barbera was actually way better because they had like like shapes and phenoms, like at least 10 different mouth shapes. Like, why couldn't they just did like ow, like how mine is ow. Yeah, with like even like the Waxalcos that they seem to have very very standardized Waxalcos for Hanna-Barbera, where Scooby-Doo in profile will walk exactly the same way every shot, if it is just like a establishing, or like if he's not like the focus of it, if it's like a zoomed out enough shot, then it'll probably likely be the same style of exactly the same walk cycle, which works as that creates character. But yeah, it's secretly saving time and money on everything. I would say. Yeah, I hope to finish this in Flutterbit so we can get this going rolling. Because I gotta work on way too many other things at this point. Yeah, because I'm happy to say that I finished the initial animation for the main characters in Chapter 3. So all the main characters will can and are animating through the entire thing now. So I'm very happy with that, because that's an extreme hurdle to get over. That's like the big threshold to get that done. Because then it's just like, well, does this have, and then I can look at it later on and say like, does this actually work, or can this arm connecting bit be a little bit, cleaned up? So, yay! Oh, so a little party fever. But now, as I said, like in that, that freestyle rap that I had several days ago, I still got a long way to go. But at least that's one big milestone that's done, is getting the main characters to be at least in some way moving in every shot. So yay. Which just means that, again, the background characters will need to be designed and then animated, put into every 3D and 2D shot. The 3D shots might have to be included in 2D shots as well, so they need to be blended and make sure that the camera is actually perfectly aligned, so that there's no like, whoa, you're using like 2D and 3D in that shot? Whoa, that's crazy. As well as just to then also make sure that they're working in every shot, and then make sure that they're cleaned up with their actions. Once they're cleaned up as well, and then clean up on just everything else and see if there's any animation errors before rendering the 3D shots to make sure that there's no weird anomalies as well in there. At the same time on that, by not trying to render it every single time. Once that's rendered, then I can put them into Premiere, then kind of organize them in a linear timeline, edit those together, as well as having to do the entire audio, which is its own entire story of writing music, timing it out, getting the syncopation right, adding instruments, and sound effects. At least I have like a stock set of sound effects that I can use, so that's good. And then timing out the sound effects will be, at the right pitch, at the right time, at the right, if I need one to be reversed, I need to like edit it to be different. Might have to find it on YouTube, to get like certain sound effects. Make sure that they're like frame perfect, so that they're just like at least 1.5 frames before an action happens, because like sound happens, you see it before you hear it, so the visual need to be like syncopated in that sort of a sense. So audio editing is complete its own story, so at least I have like half the animation done in a sense, or at least 3/4 of it. But there's a lot more to it that is probably like halfway. So audio editing is really hard, yes. As well as I'm just not very good at just mastering audio in the first place. That it seems like, yeah, I never know like what a good benchmark is, or at least what it should be, how loud in decibels should it be, and then editing to that. You know, I don't really have a benchmark when I edit it, so some, every once in a while, like cartoon just happens to be a little bit louder than another one. But yeah, I'm trying to make it at least, I guess my benchmark is like zero dBs decibels. Um, and then as well as, it's kind of like how video works as well, where um, it might look really good on your screen, but it might work, not as well as an iPhone 4. I don't know if that's accurate, but it might have a different pixel density and HD, light display than a newer phone or a 4K TV. It's like there's so many devices that it can be seen on that just saying like, oh, it works for me is usually means that someone else is actually not being able to correctly see things. We're getting to a point where everything is getting slightly more standardized, but there's still like, certain Macs have, true blacks and, cinema style, like perfect colors compared to an older phone, which might not have a certain amount of like, might not even be like full HD, might only be 720. So if you only have like 720p display, it's gonna look a little bit different. So it's impossible to fact check it and make sure that it's exactly the same and cross, check it. But I try to check it on my 3 monitors because they're all gonna be slightly different no matter what, So yeah. In uni, it's someone ever considered while making stuff. Exactly. Yeah, I had a teacher in college too, who like actually explained how color works and like had that beautiful like 3-dimensional color space, and it's like, oh, okay, now I get it. That somehow color works in 3 dimensions, and it's this weird curve and like a 5D dimensional shape. Is the color spectrum, and it's different for every device and how, there is standardization, but it seems like they're all gonna be like 1 pixel is gonna be not as bright or whatever it needs to be for the entire display. So it is getting better, but I'm not sure how perfect it is because I got an older monitor, like from probably like 10-15 years ago, and it's like slightly different from my Wacom and a newer style, but not super new. It's probably still like 3 years old or more, and that has different brightness, as well as I can probably just set up the different settings as well. Like if someone doesn't have their brightness up all the way, and it's like, especially with the style that I am right now as a VTuber, with that kind of derpy style, it's like you have to be extremely careful with backgrounds, because without outlines you're not able to separate as easily or at all between your backgrounds and your characters, so you're not able to have that as much leeway as if you have like the Pony Life character, which has an outline, albeit it's black, so if they were in a darker room, it's a little bit tricky. But for the bright color backgrounds that Pony Life has, it seems to be works just as well for them, So, yeah, I was gonna say something else. I'm not sure. I didn't think. Yeah, I was just thinking of water. Oh yeah, my dad is colorblind, so probably should like test some of my cartoons before. I should have run it by him to make sure my dad to see if things get lost or like, if certain colors are blending into each other or something. He's red-green colorblind, so if like there's red and green different things close to each other, he'll say that they're the same color. So it's like when there's like, if he wants a certain Skittle, it's like, oh, he only likes, red Skittles. This is making it up as a hypothetical. If he only liked, red Skittles, he wouldn't know if in a bowl of red and green ones of what exactly one he's getting. But yeah, I'm not sure if that exactly happened, but that it's an idea that can happen. So if in my cartoon something like that had like that kind of idea kind of happens, is like I had to. There's too much like accessibility that I have to like overcome. Um, Thankfully, I don't have to deal with uh, localization in a way. That's the big thing that I usually think about is just getting things to be localized between different countries. Excuse me. Um, I'm trying to be as general and not have like direct English in too many shorts. Um, don't make things that would be extremely American or whatever else, that would only be understood by a certain amount of community. In a sense that I don't even know what would be super, like there's certain like traditions like in other countries, um, even like Native American stuff. If you happen to have something like that, or super Japanese or super Kenyan with their stuff, it's like you're not able to, you know, um, rely on something from one specific country and just expect it to be understood by everyone around the world. So, like with YouTube, it's with my stuff, I don't have voices that definitely decreases the amount of localization by a whole bunch. That there's no barrier to understanding it. Thankfully, as well as a kid, it's just like I tried voice acting and didn't really work out too well. um, that I hated my voice. As well, I didn't like pitch shift it at all, which is so dumb. The one I voice acted one was the Halloween episode. From who knows how long ago. It was the Midnight Mares one again, where it was the CMC and Derpy got scared and then bag fell on her for whatever reason. And I had to, so that was me, haha. Wow. And that very night, and then I had to like do it 3 times for each CMC to like say the trick or treat. But they guys just use like Pikachu's like voice clips, so I had to like edit that in. So that was fun. Yeah, so that was a good experience to branch out to see if I like it, and it's like it's meh. I got like 100 comments after that, and it's like this is horrible. I hate this video because of the voice acting or something. And it's like, okay, I hear you. I'll limit it, and then it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna not not have voice acting. And it's totally okay, and it's definitely it works. Yeah, I realize it. I guess we could watch it. It's my own video, but that would YouTube say like, hey, don't watch it, or copyright strike my own video while I'm watching it? At least I can link it to you guys, but you guys probably have seen it. Yeah, okay. Boop. There you go. Pop. So that's the video. But, a lot of you guys probably have already seen it, but now you can rewatch it using that, inferred knowledge. That gained knowledge of, like, yeah, I had to voice act. Apparently it's got 2.2 million views from 2013. Yay. And really good dislike ratio. And, yeah. Yeah, so that was when I was, it must have been like the first year. Yeah, first year of YouTube, of trying to do this as a real hobby. So it's basically just, using my laptop, I think. I even like storyboarded it in class, in my junior high class. So yeah. Yeah, it's really fun to like rewatch a bunch of my own videos. Because it's like, at least to me, it's like, what was I thinking for a lot of them? I explained it, a long time ago as well. And it's like, what was I even thinking for a lot of this? Like, it become like this big stress of like, I eventually got to a point where it's like, I want to make a video like every week. Let me say that again. I wanted to make a video every week. And I was able to, while balancing school life, while also neglecting social life. So, yeah, I would spend like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours every day. Like, I would finish my homework if there was any, and then plug away at just how fast I can train. That's why so many corners were cut, and just like I need to just reuse old stuff and so much stuff. uh, they about to be. I mean, it's just like not even. Yeah, yeah. I guess not even. It's a good word. That's like not knowing that it's probably not a good sustainable kind of a thing. That is like you gotta get burnt out. Apparently, I didn't. I didn't really get burnt out until like several years later, if you can imagine that. That's when I was like, hey, I'm thinking about doing bigger projects, or like at least more than whatever that was, like a minute. Want to make it like a minute and a half, and it's like, wow, that takes longer to make. As I got more ambitious, it's like I needed to spend more time on it. Whoa, And then it just kind of kept snowballing. And so, like, I need a month to make a cartoon now. And now, apparently it takes like 4 or 5 months to make a 2-minute thing now. So, it's weirdly getting slower, but I'm also feeling I'm feeling faster at making things is the weird thing as well. How that balances out of like, I have the skills to make things now, but now my ideas are so grand that it just takes just as long to make all that now for the cartoon. So but yeah, and you can see like just how long it took to just make this one character, which I just needed to draw like a couple hair bits and couldn't even finish that in an hour. So I'll definitely finish Flutterbat between the time, and then so then next week we can just get going on animating it for whatever we need to do. Might make the assets first, like the background. Dress that up in case something changes, like if the door changes, and if I animate it first and then decide like the door needs to be smaller, whatever needs to move, then it's like it's more work to change that. So thinking ahead is that I'd probably just make the backgrounds first, and then it'd be much more spooky or whatever else we need to do to make it more spooky than it probably should be. So yeah, I'm thinking about having it be nighttime is my idea. So that'll be good. As well as I can then play with the tinting that you saw with the Flutterbat, where I made I don't have to make a new clone, but it's good to at least have a base basically, and then have like an alternate version kind of a thing. So I think we're good. I think we're an hour and a half. Okay, cool. Let me just drink some water and then we'll wrap it up. All right. So yeah, I have too many other projects I'm working on. That's kind of slowing down Derpy movie in a process as well. So I hope that now that I got the 1 milestone done, that's like just one checklist. That's like one check mark in a longer checklist. But yeah, I got that done, kind of thing. So I'm able to breathe now, and it's like, okay. That was a really big hurdle, because that was like nearly 2 minutes of cartoon. It's about 80 plus 40. Yeah, about 120. That'd be about 2 minutes. So hopefully if I either shorten it up or add more pauses or something, it'll probably be roughly 2 minutes. So yeah. I'll get that done. Hopefully soonish. I don't know how soonish, but at least there's progress, so I'm happy about that. Alrighty. I think we're good. I'll figure out what to do. Let me mute myself, and then we'll be good. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. Hope this was fun. But yeah, nice little behind the scenes of making this thing as together. It was really great. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for coming. Hope you have fun throughout this month as it's Spooky-tober. I'm doing Inktober as a little like woo. I'm posting it on my Twitter and my DeviantArt, so links are in the descriptions if you want to look at my week-long already. I've already got a week-long of pictures already, so if you haven't seen them already, they vary in quality between pictures, but if you want to show them more love of, because I'm doing this on my own, really. On my own accord of also trying to, do as many things as possible this month. So hopefully, like, November will be slightly better. But yeah, this month is gonna just be really tough on me. So we'll see how it goes. At least this week, it's slowing down slightly in a sense, but yeah, it's gonna probably pick up once things are approved, and then we'll have to move forward with certain things. So yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye. Bye.